Welcome back to Wegs Garage. We're back here in the shop on a beautiful afternoon here towards the end of May. And we are going to be working today. We're staying safe. We're going to be wearing these and keeping our distance. The goal for the day is to kind of get our main shaft put together with the new components and check our clearances. And that's probably about all we got time for today. So stay tuned. Alright, so Dad's got all the parts laid out here. We're putting the new components in and going through all those checks that we did on the, well, that Dad did on that previous episode. So Dad's got the bushing in there, straight edge again.
About 6 thousandths.
So about 6 thousandths. 7's a no-go. So good setting there with the new part in place. That's good to see. And what's the, did you already check the other one here?
Yeah, this one should be 4 to 6 thousandths as well. That was a little sneakier to check. You can see when this is down, there's a little bit of play between the gear and that bushing. It's supposed to be 4 to 6 thousandths. It's a little tough to measure. Yeah, it's about 6 thousandths.
So both of these bushings kind of land on the higher side, but it's within the tolerance. Seems right. I mean, they're brand new, so they probably wear in a little bit as they run. So I think we're good to go to put them back on the main shaft here and kind of check the overall float. So probably do that now. Alright, so we got everything on the shaft here. You can see I've got it all pushed this way against the circlip. And I'll try and show here. We've got about a 9 thousandths gap now. 9 thousandths float there with our new bushings in position. So that is looking really good. I think it's ready to put back together. We've got to get these new synchros put on the gears and then get everything slid together and assembled. Alright, so I got the new and the old synchros here. You can see there's new ones are obviously considerably shiny. There's a few differences in the overall construction of these. I don't think it really makes a whole lot of difference. There's some grooves here on those. The new ones don't have the grooves. But what you really notice is these little ridges on the inside here on the new ones are nice and crisp. They're pointy. There obviously a lot of life left in those, whereas the old ones here, they're just kind of flat and dull and obviously pretty worn out. So it's kind of nice to be able to upgrade these synchros. The new ones also have grooves here, which may have been a later Triumph invention. Not really sure the story on that, but I don't think that's going to make a big difference on the overall function either.
this. Hmm. Well, there's got to be a better way to do this. Oh.
All right, so after about 400 failed attempts at getting that third gear circlip on, yeah, I think we're gonna call it quits and go back to the drawing board. So you're supposed to use this special Churchill tool, which is kind of like a tapered sleeve that you run the piece up, and yeah, we don't have one of those. So if anybody's got any helpful suggestions on other tools, our magic circlip tool doesn't seem to be working so well anymore. But so we'll do some research this week and see what we can find out. But feels good to be back here in Wegs Garage working on the car, and we'll get this thing put back together soon enough. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
This is a special report from Wegs Garage with the old guy. Remember our little clip on the main shaft? Well, it's a pain in the rear end, there's no doubt about it, because the factory maintenance book says use Churchill tool number blah, 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 blah. Well, who's got one of those? Well, when we got the clip off, we actually used a pair of snap ring pliers, managed to get it onto the clip, and pulled it out of here. Found another way to get the new clip back on. And as Mark showed you, we've checked end float, bushing float, and all that stuff. So this is all ready to go back together. And thanks to a Triumph blog, what you do is find 3 relatively narrow screwdrivers. And about 120 degrees apart, very carefully line up your ring and slip the screwdrivers underneath the ring. And then gently tap these screwdrivers in to expand the ring. And then once the ring's expanded, which it is now, I should be able to take a little hammer and a screwdriver and gently shove this ring all the way down to the shaft to where it locks into the groove there. We're going to give this a shot. That's the sound we want to hear. Clink. It's in. One little tip if you're going to try this trick. The splines on the main shaft, you can see where the grooves are at. Take your screwdrivers and you should be able to put them 120 degrees apart. Like one here, one at about the 8 o'clock position, and another one at the 4 o'clock position. And you should be all right. All I did was slide these screwdrivers in and then expand the clip so I could get it over the splines. And if you're careful, you're fine. You don't want to go slamming these screwdrivers and gouging up your shaft, but I don't think you will if you're careful. But that little trick does work, and it works a lot better than trying to use a pair of altered circlip pliers to get that thing on. Frustrating as all hell. But the clip is back on. We're ready to go.